How are you doing?
So a couple of days ago, I printed a couple of my photographs, and I felt like it was an opportunity for me to talk about photography on this channel. Now, I'm not sure if I have regular viewers of the show who are photographers, but nonetheless, I am a photographer, and photography, topics surrounding photography are one of the things I would like to be talking about regularly on this channel. So as you can probably already tell from the thumbnail of this video and on the title, I'll be talking about a couple of reasons why you as a photographer need to be printing your photographs. So if you're a photographer watching the show, I'll really urge you to stick around for the entirety of this video. And even if you're not a photographer, you're probably already here watching already, so you might as well just stick around. So without further ado, welcome to today's video. My name is Khalid the Workaholic. Printing your photographs actually gives you this feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment, and to be candid, this is a feeling you can hardly get when you only view your photos on a computer screen or on a mobile phone. Photography is a form of art, right? Now, let's look at it this way. You go to museums, you go to galleries to view works of, artists, and you can actually appreciate it more because you are standing right in front of the works that they have created. And that is the same way photography is supposed to make you feel. You're supposed to be able to feel it, probably run your hands through them to actually feel the work. So to you as a creator, I can tell you that printing your photographs, having it hung on the wall, has a way more better feeling than just viewing your work on a computer screen or the mobile phone. Now, as a documentary photographer, I can tell you that there are a couple of ways by which printing your photographs can actually make you a lot better. Like for me, one of the commitments I make to the people I photograph is that, for example, like, hey, you look beautiful, I'd like to make a portrait of you, and if I do, I'm gonna print photographs and bring it back for you. So the truth is that my first connection with these people isn't really about me. I'm creating a photo for them, I'm not creating a photo for myself. Perhaps I'm just trying to create that communication between us so that by the time I have that room, I can actually create the kind of photograph that I want. So me keeping to my commitment and actually bringing the photographs for them makes me more believable, because I stood by my words and I brought the photograph for them. So whenever I go back to this place, I have more room to do the kind of to create the kind of images that I want to create. I also understand that there are some times when you just want to create this photographs on the fly and you don't have time maybe to come back to that location. That's totally understandable. But in cases where you're like working on a project, or if it's a location that you can always go back to, I would always advise that you don't really bother about creating that master shot or that bucket shot at that point in time. You should focus more on creating that connection. One of those ways to create a connection is to actually say, hey, you're going to print these photographs and you're going to bring it back for them, and you actually do that, and then it gives you more room to create the kind of work that it is that you want to create. I actually have a couple of those those small photographs I printed recently that I'm supposed to take back to a couple of the places I have visited, but I actually don't have them. I would have shown you guys, but I forgot them at home. But I think I can find a couple of the footages to just give you guys an idea. It's a little story I like to share about myself. I'm not sure if I've shared it before on this channel, but I'll just say it again. I started out photography using my mobile phone because it was the only tool I had to me at that time. But then I was thinking about how I was going to make that transition from shooting on my mobile phone into a DSLR camera, because of course I wanted to make a living out of it, and I knew that for me to do that I needed to shoot with DSLR because I would probably have companies to work with and stuff like that, and I don't think it's all of them who would let me just shoot their works on my mobile phone, even if I claimed that I could do that. But in any case, I did my first photography exhibition, and they were all images I shot on my mobile phone, and the exhibition was great and everything. But really, the breaking point for me was not me just exhibiting my photographs and people buying and stuff like that. The moment I knew that it was time to actually take my work to the next level was when I started printing my photographs for this exhibition. The moment I started to see it in print, like, it made me feel ready. It made me feel like it was time for me to, all of the fears that I had as to how I was going to deal with the camera functions and everything, I suddenly had to okay, I want to get a camera, I'm going to learn to use a camera. The same photography, I felt really great seeing my photographs in print, and I really just felt like it was time for me, to move on to the next level. And that was exactly what I, immediately after the photography exhibition, I got my first camera, and then I started messing around with, cameras, and here I am today, simply because I decided to print, my photographs. Some of these photos from the exhibition, that's my first photography exhibition, I actually still have in my house. I still have them hanging on the wall. It's not like they're my greatest photos ever. It's not like I've not created, photos that are way, more amazing, than the ones. But I just really like to wake up to it and see it hanging on the wall, because it gives me this feeling of, where I'm coming from, and the journey, that's still ahead. And also, printing your photograph does not necessarily mean that you have to print it in large formats or large frames and things like that. You can actually print it, you know, in the small, you know, standard pictures that the roadside photographers do. I actually call them photographers, by the way. You know, it's just for you to be able to see your work in print. It's just for you to be able to hold it and feel like a little closer to it, because that is the way I feel when I, you know, that is the way I feel when I, you know, look at my photographs in print. I mean, it is just so amazing. It is beautiful. This is not like, this is one of the best images I've created my entire career so far. Now, I mean, when I first saw this photo on, you know, on the computer while I was editing it and everything, it looked really good. I really loved it, but then not as much as I do right now. I'm just holding it in print and everything. I'm not even sure I'm going to hand this or anything, but I just wanted it to come out here. I wanted to hold it, you know, rub my hands through them, see all of the composition, see how all of the lights are coming together, see the, you know, just holding it in print just makes sense. And take it from me, if you're a photographer, you really need to be printing your photograph, because trust me, it makes a whole lot of difference for your work. So in case by now you guys are wondering where I was shooting from, it's actually an office space that has been set up by me and my friend. It's still far away from completion, that's the setting up I mean, but I hope you're able to do that soon, because it's just really nice to like have a place to shoot from like this, and the view from here of Abuja is quite nice. Let me show you guys. That was actually the view of Aso Rock right here. So if you are a photographer on this show and you're going to be, you know, printing your photographs very soon, do let me know how it goes. I would definitely love to hear from you. You can talk to me on Instagram if you want to have some private conversation. All my details, social media, Twitter, Instagram are all in the description, you know, part of this, whatever. And also, if you guys want me to keep up this, you know, photography related discussion, if you want it to be a regular on the show like every week, we can totally do that, because of course I'd love to talk about photography a lot. I would, you know, you guys just let me know in the comment section. And yeah, the vlog continues today. I hope it's not so much of a boring one, because it's almost say 5 p.m. already, and I kind of came out late. I really don't know what I'll be doing after this, and the vlogs just end abruptly. You guys bear with me. I'll see you guys for more interesting vlogs after this one. Peace.